Hey guys, Josh from Myanmar. You're probably wondering what the hell is this thing. This is my 1983 Winnebago 621. I picked it up last night for a good deal. I've been looking for pretty hard for a year now, and most of the RVs I've seen are on the west side of Ontario, a couple hours away, 6-7 hours away. They're going for the 10 to 12,000 range for an 85 model because they're so hard to find. Main reason I wanted this one was it was a fiberglass body, aluminum roof, aluminum sides, the option packages. Also being a Winnebago, it's steel frames, spray foamed walls. The walls, you hit them, they're pretty solid. They're a better built RV. Stupid little things like upgrade sway bars, the way the drawers close, clips and stuff, the options they have. The main thing was the fiberglass body and aluminum roof. That's key because everybody knows RVs leak all the time. So here's my RV. So basically I show up I called this person, the Kijiji ad, for a couple days, and we went back and forth. They had a price in mind, but I looked at the pictures. They used to come a beige cream looking color, but when I seen it, the picture white, I was like, I knew someone painted it, but yeah, I think someone used a roller or a paintbrush to paint this thing, so I'm gonna have to paint it. But the good thing is the body panels are straight. There's not a lot of dents in it, and the one big thing is there's no rust or holes on this thing on the paint surface at all. So basically it's going to be a scuff, mask, and shoot. I'm probably going to paint the same color as my Duramax. It's a tan color, a pewter color. I'm going to look around and see what colors I like, but basically the plan for this thing is it has a 350 right now. It came with a rebuilt 350 from 2015. It's a Jasper engine. It's got a 3L80 3-speed transmission, so it's a pig on gas. 410 rear gears. They came with 4 brand new tires, brand new brakes front and rear new axle seals, new shocks in the rear, new shocks in the front. The front end's tight. It was safetied 8 months ago. They were actually heading to get this safetied. It runs pretty good. It actually drives really well. I drove it around the block a couple times, and I did 100 kilometers an hour. It's pretty stable. You know, I was pretty surprised for being so high and so forth. And the other main reason I bought this thing was it has the overhead sleeper, so I can sleep 6 people and I can seat 6 people on a trip. So the big thing was, a couple of my friends and I were talking about making a trip down to the States to watch the Cleason cars, go see the Boosted Boys, their all their track events in the States, ice cream cruise, you know, just jump this thing. Probably I'll put a hitch on it, put a small Civic with a K20 swap, who knows, tow something behind, and we'll go for a road trip to the States, and we'll go exploring and you know, enjoy the summertime. So basically I said the plan is to basically take this 350 out in the transmission. I'm gonna swap a 6-liter LQ9 with a 4L80 transmission. Everybody's gonna ask why LS, why not? Here's the big thing. I'm gonna get rid of the carburetor. 2, I'm gonna get a 6-liter motor. It's got a little more power, and the other thing is I'm getting that 4-speed transmission, which has the 0.75 fourth gear versus the 1-to-1 gear. So basically I'll get a little better gas mileage. And the other thing is, with the multi-port fuel injection versus the carburetor, I'll get better fuel economy, better drivability. It'll just be a better performing vehicle. And also, the 350 is an old, outdated motor from the 50s. They haven't changed much. A couple heads in here. But the LS motor, it's proven. So I'll drop an LQ9 with a fresh rebuild transmission. That way you can drive out west with no issues and no worries about anything breaking. Because the last thing I want to be is, you know, 2,000-3,000 kilometers from home, and I have transmission or engine issues because, you know, couple grand anyway. So basically what it needs right now, the propane tank is expired, so I'm gonna have to change that out. That's not a big deal. I found the tanks online for $350 US, and it's an ASME tank, so it's also TSA approved also. So if I go to the States or Canada, I have no problem filling it. It'll be a 2018 tank. The hot water tank, someone didn't drain it out, and basically it froze, expanded. This has a pilot, continuous pilot, so basically when you turn it on, light it up, the pilot's always running, so it's wasting propane. For $309 US, you get a tank, an hot water tank that has an igniter on it. So basically it's electronic igniter, so basically when the hot water tank gets a little bit of temperature, it turns on and I have hot water, no wasting propane. Other than that, she's pretty sound. I gotta put 2 batteries in it. You know, I have to go over, I'm gonna go over top to bottom, take the brakes apart, clean it up. But the main thing is the motor, get the motor swapped in, and then the other thing is get this scuff in to shoot this body a better looking color. and then I'll reseal the roof again to make sure she's 100%. So other than that, I'll give you a quick tour and yeah. Okay, here she is. So I stand corrected, it came with 6 brand new tires, not 4. I don't know why, I just forgot to dually. But anyways, it's not, the paint job's not the best, but the body's straight. There's no holes or big dents in it, so it's a good candidate for a project for what I'm looking for. She needs a little TLC, but we'll get her running good. She runs pretty good. Not bad for an old girl. Transmission shifts a little hard there, but other than that, not too bad. So this is the color I want to paint. It's a GM pewter, you know, the 2500 HD Duramaxes. This color here, it's like a silver tan color. Anyways, so here's a quick little tour of the RV here. Rear entrance. So basically to the left here, we have a full shower. Sink, toilet's brand new. Storage area. Storage area back here. You get a double stainless steel sink. Window. The overhead fan and light. Exhaust fan, sorry. 4-burner stove, and yes, it comes with a little miniaturized oven. Yeah, you can put a small pizza in there. It's propane fired. You get a full 8 cubic foot fridge. Yeah, and this MacGyverness, I'll have to fix this piece. You put a little wrapper piece in here. Big enough fridge and freezer combo. Working now. You get a sofa. This sofa also turns into a bed. Table, seats 4. The overhead bunk. I should up there, and it's not too bad. You can fit a couple up there. I wouldn't put 2 guys up there or anything. Depends on the guys, but yeah. Anyway, so this is the front end here. Nothing special. You get captain's chairs with armrests on the side, and they turn around. The carpet's pretty decent looking. There is no AC in this vehicle, unfortunately, but there is provisions for it. The switches will accommodate air conditioning, so I have to get a evaporator and condenser and piping, but I'll do that when I do the LS swap, because I will have AC in this thing. I won't be cruising around with no AC. Table. Sofa. It's not huge, it's 22 footer, but you know, for a small trip, a couple days, it'll do the job. The AC works really well, blows cold. I'll try the propane, see what happens. So yeah, it's a little home away from home. So this is the bed configuration. Yeah, at least to have some way you can walk through here, step on here on top, so you don't disturb people when you're sleeping. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's not huge by any means, but yeah, like I said, it's a small RV. Smaller it is, easier it is to drive around town, and less filling in gas. So basically, I want to see how big these beds are. I'm 5'9" ish. Also, this one for one person. Not the best comfy, maybe a little foam mattress. here is actually bigger. You can actually put 2 people here side by side. Just don't want to roll off. But basically, I still got lots of room up here. So it's not too bad. So this is the bed configuration here. 2 up here, 1 here, where you just put 3 people in here and you can move around and stuff. You have a full bathroom, it's a bonus. So the other good thing about this thing is that it has a whole fiberglass. This is all fiberglass. The hood, the fenders, the rod, front support here, foot mask, light buckets are all fiberglass. So basically here, otherwise the firewall is not bad. It's got a lot of surface rust. Triple GM paint they didn't do a good job back in the day. So when I do the LS swap, I'll pull this stuff off and I'll sand it all down and I'll treat it properly so it won't rust. I don't want any holes. Right now it's just surface rust. If I scuff it down and put some good paint on it, some good rubberized paint of some sorts, I'll figure it out. It also has 10,000 pound brakes. It has the Hydro Boost on it. And it has the old 350 carbureted engine here. It's pretty tight. They also did a huge tranny cooler here, a big tranny cooler. It's not bad, but I'll put a bigger one in. And I'm gonna do some arrangements of the tranny coolers and engine cooler in this thing, because I want to pull as much heat out of this thing, because there's not much room in the front of this truck, this van. So when I have, you know, your transmission cooler, oil cooler, power steering cooler, and you have your AC condenser, and you have your engine rad, there's a lot here. It's moving a lot of air, hot air across the engine bay. So I'm gonna see if I can put the you know, the tranny coolers on the side, maybe with a fan on, auxiliary fan on the side, and then same thing with the engine oil cooler on the side. Whatever, we'll figure something out. But other than that, she's pretty clean. I gotta fix the grill. There's a couple of things here. I can't just buy another grill because this is a Winnebago grill, fiberglass front end. But other than that, she's pretty clean. The heat dampening, deadening is somewhat there. Oh, I did notice this. Someone cut the cruise control out, so when I do the LS motor, I'm gonna have to add cruise control. And the other thing is I'll be getting rid of these vacuum balls here, which will clear up some space, and all these stupid relays for electric choke and stuff. And also move these balls around. I'll make the area a lot more accessible, so if I have to access the area, it's open more. Like, I don't know why this wasn't over here somewhere, but for some reason they jammed it. This is the windshield washer fluid. They jammed it right here over the engine. They could have jammed it over here somewhere on top of the battery, but they did it here. Anyways, like I said, I'll do some arranging. I'll work on it, get it where I want it. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room in these 350s. Well, there is on top. If when I get the LS motor here, I'll sit down here, so there'll be actually a lot more room on top. And plus the distributor won't be there, it'll be a coil packs. There is lots of room for the 4L80. It's hard to see over here, but this manifold sits pretty close to the floor here. So like I said, LQ9, 4L80 transmission. Should help me in the better fuel economy, better drivability, you know, just overall better technology, newer. So this is the engine here. It almost looks like it sits crooked, but it's the actual doghouse is a little crooked. I guess they try to give the driver a little more foot space over there, but not much. But see, I'll do some homework on what headers are going to fit this thing for the not headers. I want manifolds. I don't want headers for longevity and durability. So this side got lots of room over here for this header. Like I said, I'm probably going to drop the engine down an inch or so and shift a little to the right. I don't know yet. We'll see when I get the engine in and start playing around with it. But with no distributor, no carburetor, this whole area here will be all cleaned up. There'll be a lot more room in here. A lot of the engine bays I see online that they do LS swaps, they use the card manifolds and crap. There's like tons of room on top, you know. So we'll see what happens when I start doing the swap. And the other thing is I want to get I'm gonna have to get the old Alpine or Pioneer flip out deck or some sort, something, because I want to have a backup camera and navigation here. So that's another project. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. You know, mount it here some way and make it notched out in the this piece here. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but it's another thing I want to do. I'm thinking what I could do is do a custom piece where I cut this dash right here, cut the bottoms out. Notch the doghouse possibly for a little bit of a dip here for the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure if I'll even have to. I'll just cut it here I'll put the doghouse in and see how it fits. But I think the doghouse comes basically right here, so I should have lots of room here for the radio, the back radio. But it's gotta have AC and it's gotta have navigation and rear camera. So backing this thing up, and I know a lot of people say that you don't need a back camera, but it's nice to have, and a lot less chance of smashing into things. So freezer's been running for 40 minutes or so now. It is 50 degrees in here. The back wall is 38 degrees, so she's below zero. That's a bonus. So the water does work in here too also. Not much water in the tank, but it works. There's no hot water because the hot water tank's toast. But yeah. The tank's empty. Next will be getting the propane running and getting this this whole barbecue stove, sorry, working, and the oven working, and see how it works. And I also want to get the heater working. And like I said, later on I'm going to swap in a different hot water tank. Okay, so as a bonus, the propane works. There we go. We got fire. That's a bonus. And also, so basically on the chair is the cold, fresh water storage. Here's the hot water tank and the furnace with all the venting here, and there's the inverter. So like I said, I like to get this all working and make sure it all works before I start sinking a lot of money in the engine and stuff. But so far. Hey guys, there you have it. This is my 1983 Winnebago build. It's going to be my vacation vehicle slash the IMR group tour vehicle. Goes to do some events. You know, just jump in it. You know, if you don't tell anything, jump in it. Go to a car show event, couple hours away or somewhere. At least we have a vehicle to chill. And if I gotta stay overnight, here we go. So, long story short, I posted some videos on Instagram and Facebook, and one of my buddies, good buddies, decided the 350s are hard to come by in Ontario. So this engine's a 350 4-bolt main, and it's only got, I think, maybe 10,000 miles on it. Maybe not even that. It's only 2 years old. So he decided he's gonna buy the motor and the transmission off me when I pull it out this spring. So basically that's gone. That's one, you know, a little money coming back in the piggy bank. I found an LQ4. I actually found two complete LQ4 and 4 L980s with wiring harness ECUs for a decent price, and they're kind of local, about 5-6 hours away. So I'm gonna keep looking, see if I can find something local. But like I said, I want to drop a LQ4 or LQ9 this thing with a 4L80 and wiring harness, and make it a stout vehicle. If I need to do any bearings anywhere, make sure it's 100% good to go for reliability, and I don't want to be on the side of the highway and fixing this thing. It's not something I want to do. I don't want to get greasy and have to shower in the back, you know. So anyways, this is the build, guys. I'm going to be working on it in the spring. Right now, I'm not going to be doing anything on it, just basically collecting parts. So if anybody has G10, G20, or G30 van AC parts, shoot me a message, because I'm looking for that. I found some local, but if someone has a running G10, G20, G30 AC systems in their van that they're parting out, shoot me a message, because I want to buy it. I don't want to be cruising around in the southern states with no AC. It just makes the experience not as enjoyable. But anyways, it is what it is. If I have to roll the windows down, the guys are gonna have to suffer. Sorry, guys. So anyways, like I said, I'm gonna be starting this project probably in the spring. I'll collect all my parts in the winter time. In the spring, rip the engine, paint the firewall, rebuild the brake master. You know, get it all ready to go, and then slap the LS motor in, and then we can start. And then yeah, I'll talk to one of my buddies there to get it painted, and see what he wants to charge me and how much work it's gonna take. But anyways, guys, like the video, subscribe, and if you have any comments, shoot them below. Thanks.